It's all about, it's all about, it's all about LGBTQIA. It's all about passion, it's all about change. It's all inclusive every day of the week. When the world comes together, united as one, sharing stories through the eyes of NUTV. Through the eyes of, through the eyes of, through the eyes of NUTV.
Hello and welcome to the Michael and Jojo show. I am Jojo
And I am Michael.
and we are your hosts for the next half hour. So make sure you buckle up, make sure you block it out. We want you to stay here because we have got an amazing show lined up, don't we, Michael?
Absolutely, darling. And you're looking so pretty in the purple tonight.
Oh, you know, I guess I've heard that purple is one of our guests' favourite colours. So I thought that complements it very, very well. But look, before we do get into it, as always, I would love to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land where we gather in our home or wherever you're watching and pay respect to the elders past, present and emerging for all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander nations. Thank you.
Yeah, and absolutely. And also, we come live every Thursday night at 7 o'clock via OVO Play and also on EView TV and the Michael and Jojo page as well. So thank you for tuning in tonight. And how are you going, my
Yes.
sweetheart? How are you?
Yeah, I am fabulous. You know what? I've had a banging headache all day. Maybe it's because I'm doing dryish July. I have no idea. It could be that. Maybe I'm having, kind of withdrawals already. It's only been a couple of days. Yeah, it's the second. It's been a couple of days.
When you said
But I'm really.
I'm having a dry
You
too.
just want to rub it in my face, don't you? But look, how have you been? I also want to acknowledge you because I know since the show last week, you were interviewed on the Stonewall Live. So congratulations for that. So tell us a little bit about that, and also thank you for the acknowledgement of acknowledging us, our show, and InView TV.
Absolutely. Without you and without Belinda Joe, I don't exist. And without InView TV and Bruce Mott, our amazing producer that gives us the platform as well, and QRRR. But you know what? It was such an amazing, so honoured that my Rambo family acknowledged the work that, that we all do. It was such an honour to be at Stonewall, part of Stonewall Live's Pride mega special with these superstars, of today. So look, I'm so grateful for Saturday night. It's amazing. And, one of our guests was also part of Stonewall Live, and she's a photographer, right? So she's on tonight, who volunteers her amazing work, and that's Anne-Marie, the iconic Anne-Marie. But, yeah, it was amazing, and thank you. And as I said, without you girls and without the people around me, you're all there in spirit. Loved it.
Thank you, Habibi. Thank you. And I also want to acknowledge that I've got exciting news. If you all know, my beautiful wife and I, we've been approached by Wear It Purple. Hence why I'm wearing their T-shirt. They're a non-for-profit organisation. They do a lot of work within our youth for our LGBTQI community, and they've asked Jess and I to come on as ambassadors, which we're really, really excited. It's an amazing organisation. So to be a part of that, to really, really support, our youth. I love to support all of our LGBTQI+, but to really support our youth and really guide them and know that we've got a really beautiful, powerful organisation there that we're a part of. So, and we've got the Wear It Purple Day coming up in August. So, it's really, really, really exciting. So what else have we got? I've got a few notes today. I also want to acknowledge that poor Victoria about to go into lockdown. Unfortunately, that must be a really, really frustrating time. So, we send you lots of love, guys. We really hope that you guys can get your cases and everything under control. But we will be thinking of you while we are up here in Queensland.
And can I also add, please leave the toilet paper alone, guys. Someone requested for us to say that, so please be
Yes,
considerate.
no need to stockpile on your toilet paper. You can have a shower. And also remember, the shops didn't close down. So Coles, Woolies, Aldi, all that, they actually stay open. So leave the toilet paper on the shelf. Just take what you need, because you also got to remember that there's people out there who work and who live pay to pay. So, they're unfortunate. They can't stockpile potentially like you can. So always just be mindful and just purchase as per what you need. So that's all
Beautifully
for
said.
us.
Beautifully said. I love you. Now, let's get on the boss. I mean, the guy that makes everything happen. Without him, we don't exist. So, Bruce Smart.
Exactly. Oh, here he is.
Margot, Jojo, how are we tonight? Good?
Oh, we are fabulous. How are you? Tell us what's been happening in Bruce's world. What's going on?
Oh, it's been, well, one show after another. As you know, InView TV producing 4 shows each week. So that's exciting. And each show's getting better. Just great guests. Your hosts are doing a great job. A background like tonight, I mean, tonight's background is spectacular. And purple is my favourite colour. You probably didn't know that. So once I saw the purple background, I quickly changed the titles to purple as well. So, yeah, had to. So love it. Love it. Looking forward to it.
I think the purple looks really, really amazing. And also, I don't know if we have acknowledged that the amazing photo is by Anne-Marie, our first guest. I think you did acknowledge that, didn't you, Michael?
No, I haven't. I was just about to acknowledge that. But let's get her. I reckon, Bruce, let's get her on.
I think so.
Let's get her
Have a
on.
great night.
Let's bring her on.
Thank you.
Yay!
Bow down.
Welcome, darling. Welcome. Oh,
Thank you so
it
much
is
for having me.
Wow.
Oh, I think we should be thanking you, because this is actually an all-inclusive interview. I know you don't do these interviews very often, and it is an absolute honour. So, guys, we'd love to welcome the fabulous Anne. Thank you for being here and, to deciding to do this with us. But I know, Anne-Marie, you are, if not the most iconic photographer within our LGBTQI community. You have been working for the Star Observer, which is the longest running LGBTQI magazine. It's been running for over 40 years. And you have captured probably some of the most iconic photos within I guess, our wild nightlife throughout your career, haven't you? Well done.
But I have, thank you.
Well, it's 17 years. So, I mean, you've documented our AMA community with photos. I mean, why is our LGBT or our AMA community important to you, Anne-Marie?
Our community is important to me because I feel like it's a huge part of my identity. It's in my bloodline, and it's a part of me every day. And I love that I'm gay. It's so exciting. And it's a privilege to be able to capture the special moments that happen in our community, because we are such a minority. We don't have equality in different ways that come to us easily. So everything is a battle. Everything's got to be fought for. And one thing that our community is so good for is coming together in a really united front. It's extremely powerful to photograph. It's extremely overwhelming. And there are often moments that have occurred that I will just stand there overwhelmed, crying, and just looking around at the crowd and just, really, it's emotional just talking about it, but it's really overwhelming. And I feel really privileged to be a part of it and to be able to document the importance of that. Yeah.
Oh, well done. And I can only imagine all the wild parties that you've been a part of and everything that you've seen. I guess how did it all start? You know, I guess deciding on becoming a photographer and all those years ago. Where did it all start for you?
Just by chance, I was in the right place at the right time, and I started. The very first place I ever took photos at was at Stonewall Hotel, and it started from there. The Star Observer took me under their wing. They were really impressed with my work, my professionalism, my ethics, and just basically enjoyed the photos that I was producing for them. And really, the Star Observer is the gateway for me to have grown so much within the community and even outside of the community, and building a brand of myself through them as well. So I'm very grateful for the Star Observer to give me that opportunity and that trust to be able to go out time after time and document what is so invaluable for us.
Well, I'm actually glad they gave you that chance because since then you're actually the official photographer for Mardi Gras. Like, hello. And
Yeah, no pressure on that one.
yeah, no, no pressure. And your work is absolutely admirable and so inspiring. But can I just take you back? How was it coming out for you? I mean, what's your background? Can you let us in a bit about you growing up and your coming out story?
Yahoo. Yeah, well, it's a juicy one. I come from a
I love
very
a good old coming out
extremist.
story.
Oh, look, they're not all joyous, but let me tell you that what's so important about coming out is not living a lie, living your true authentic life, and being really confident and proud that you are who you are regardless of your sexuality. So for me, coming out as gay was very difficult because I come from a very extremist Catholic upbringing, and I first told my dad because I knew he would be easier. So I was actually giving him a haircut one day, and I had a cutthroat in my hand, and I said, "Dad, there's something I've got to tell you." And I felt pretty safe in that position. He was very quiet. He's a very gentle man, and he basically thought that it was a phase. Mum's going to kill me. So that was a bit hard. So I told him first, and then I went through a really traumatic breakup, and I couldn't really hide the emotions that I was going through. So I actually, it was hard. So I actually went to Queensland, and I was standing by this swimming pool, and I remember it so clearly. And I made the call to my mum because I had just had such a breakdown, and I just thought, I just can't hide this anymore. I don't want to hide who I am.
Yeah.
And maybe my mum just might support me. Don't know. So it didn't go down well. So telling mum, she was really disappointed. And when a parent is disappointed in you, that's really heartbreaking. But I kind of knew that it was coming. And because they are so Catholic, she said to me that I needed to live a life of abstinence. And so I said to her, "So you want me to be alone for the rest of my life because you have a problem with who I love?" And so
Yeah.
I said, "I'm not going to do that, and that the religion is your belief and your vocation, but it's not mine. And if anything, I find that religions do more damage in the world than anything else. They create wars and conflict, and children being thrown out of home for being who they are."
Yeah.
And so I wasn't going to hide who I was. And basically I thought, what have I got to lose? What's the worst thing that she could do to me? She would disown me. She would not have a relationship with me, which did happen for a while, and it was very estranged. So that was hard, having a long time of my life not being connected with family. And look, there is still a division in my family because of my sexuality, but I really fight it, and and I'm confident about it. And I think that that helps, because the more you hide and the more you feel ashamed of who you are, the more negativity that gives out that power for people to kind of pick on you. If you're kind of coy and shy about it, then people are going to kind of see that you're vulnerable and attack you for that. So I'm very strong about my beliefs, and I just keep pushing through on that. And if there are people in my life that have a problem with me being gay, because I'm very open about it, I just basically say, I don't have the time for negativity. I don't have the time or the energy for having people that are toxic like that in my life. So there are too many other good people like you two that I would rather share my time with. So yeah. So that's it. So you know what?
That
It's
is
also
so
something.
powerful.
Oh, thank
That's
you. It's also
absolutely
something
true.
on a daily basis that we do. It's not that you just come out once. It's like a lot of people assume heterosexuality. And so when you're asked, do you have a boyfriend or something like that, I say, no, I have a girlfriend, or no, I'm gay, or, I'm just very blunt about it. And a lot of people, when I'm like that, you'll find that they'll say, oh, okay, that's okay. Or, I'm just like, okay, I'm glad that's okay for you.
I'm okay.
So, yeah.
That's okay.
And also, like, with a lot more people feeling confident about being honest with themselves and coming forward about their sexuality, it makes it all more natural. So the more you take your partner's hand and you walk down the street and you don't care about the reaction from negative homophobic people, it's really important that we keep doing that within safety, of course. And I think that by doing that, it also helps. As you can see with our younger generation, they're a lot more fluid and open about who they are. And I think that has come from our fabulous leaders from, 30, 40 years ago, that have paved the way for us and to be able to do that. So a lot of my respect comes from the history of our elders that, I totally bow down to.
Yeah. Oh, that is really powerful. And you had some really, really strong, beautiful messages. I guess one, being in the right place at the right time. Two is to really be proud of who you are. And I think, if anything, it's about really being strong and honoring who you are. I
That's
guess
right.
when we truly accept ourselves, it doesn't really matter what's going on around us, because acceptance comes within. And when we do,
Yeah, that's
when we accept ourselves, then it will flow. And I think it's all about giving people time. So thank you for sharing that very, very powerful story.
you're welcome.
Because I don't, we haven't really asked a lot of our community to share their story, but thank you for that. I guess. Oh, how do you carry on for that? Because I'm also mindful of time. All right, I've got a question here for you, because I think it's quite, with everything that you've done in terms of your career, what would be, I guess, one of the most embarrassing moments that you have maybe experienced or been a part of, that you'd like to share with us?
um, okay, well, one.
Okay, it looks like
Oops, where is
she's
she?
frozen.
She
Okay,
is
I mean,
frozen.
frozen.
Hopefully,
Do
I'm
we
here
back.
she,
freeze?
she's
Oh, there
back.
we go.
You're back. You're back. You're
Well,
back.
that was attractive.
I found an attractive baby. The
You
eyes
look
of the
gorgeous,
beholder.
darling.
And I'm like, escape. um, see, the universe didn't want me to tell you this story, but I will. So once I was photographing a drag show, and this lovely
Oh yeah.
performer came out, and she was wearing a very, very short dress. And midway through her lovely dance moves, as I was taking photos, she became untucked, and it was very obvious. So I wasn't quite sure where to look, and everyone in the crowd just totally gasped, and I just sort of thought, I'm just going to carry on and just keep taking photos as I do. But you know what? She was so professional, and she just laughed at herself, and she just carried on and did the show, and it was really fantastic. But it was something that that stays in the mind for quite some time.
Did you capture it all?
I did. But those photos are stored in a separate folder, not for the public use.
And Anne-Marie, can I ask you, Anne-Marie, we've got a beautiful, amazing photo. Thank you so much for letting us use that backdrop, a photo that you have taken. Can you explain that photo to us? Because it's amazing, and I love the colours.
Thank you. Yeah, well, it was actually taken at the Mardi Gras party, I think 2014, and it would have been about, 7 o'clock in the morning, pretty tired by then, and I had to climb up on this like media pontoon tower thing, and it had this thick plastic wrapped around, and I was getting ready for the next show that I was about to come on stage, and I just sort of started picking at the plastic, and then I just picked a hole, and it got bigger and bigger, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I should stop doing this. And then I kind of like looked through, and I went, oh, that's really cool. It looks like this window. And so I just thought, I'm going to put my camera through and take a photo. And so the pretty shiny stuff around the outside is the plastic. So, yeah. But it looks really cool.
Oh, that is so cool. Now that I know the story.
We're on the podium. Yeah.
Yeah, you're dancing. You're like coming out of the dance floor.
No. Well, speaking of podiums and dance floors, I've just realised we've got another guest that we need to bring on. So, Anne-Marie, I want to thank you so much for coming on and being a part of the Indie TV, and also for, I guess, just being an awesome human being and doing what you do. So thank you. We love you. We love your work. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you for having me.
You're so cute, and it's an exclusive. You don't do these at all. So thank you so much. You're an icon of the community, Anne-Marie.
Thank you.
We love you.
Love you.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Bye, gorgeous. Oh, what an amazing woman she is. And I just love that photo even more.
Oh my goodness. I've got goosebumps because everything she was saying, we felt, didn't we? Me and you, Jojo, being the same background as well. You know what I mean? And struggling.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
I mean?
Really feel that. With the parents going, oh, it's just a phase. She'll get over it. There's still, I think our parents all still think it's a phase, but that's okay. If that helps them get through it, then, we can just send them love and light. But look, speaking of our next, I think we really need to bring on our next guest, because I just can't wait to bring Ray Isaac on. He's an amazing, I guess he wears so many hats. He's a singer, songwriter. He's topped the charts. So without further ado, let's bring on Ray Isaac.
Turn the lights off in this place, and she shines just like a star, and I swear I know her face, and I just can't bring myself no way, but I don't want to escape. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. I know you've had a history of lovers. I hear it's turned you off for the others, but I'm the one you've been waiting for. Make me sleep outside your door, 'cause baby I know you know, 'cause baby I know you're scared to be alone. The music starts, strangers making the most of the dark. 2 by 2, their bodies become one.
Hello, Charlie. Oh, that just gave me all the
Oh my God.
feels.
Thank you so
Oh my
much.
God.
How are
Oh my
you?
God. I love you, Ray Isaac. We love you,
Yeah, I
Michael and
love you
Jojo.
too.
We
A brother
love
from a
you.
different mother,
What's
doing
happening,
amazing.
Jojo and Mikey? Woohoo, in the house.
Oh, oh my God.
Oh, what an
I know.
honor.
What an honor.
How do you
Look, you're a multi-talented artist, Ray Isaac. Absolutely
do?
multi-talented. I mean, you use your music to for positivity. Tell us about your music.
Well, I love writing pop music, pop dance. I love commercials, like a commercial style of music, and I love to write about like things that I've experienced and things that I haven't, because I haven't really experienced love, but I've written about that. So, and I love Madonna. So, as you heard there, "Crazy for You," my music video. That's it. Oh, and I've got another track. You guys were talking before with Anne Marie. Oh my gosh, I was trying not to to cry because it
Oh,
just felt so. I have a lot of empathy because you know, I also have a Lebanese heritage, and
Yes.
yeah, it's hard, eh? It's really hard trying to get
To
acceptance.
get our
But I love.
parents on board.
Absolutely. I loved her.
mm,
I love her, like her strength and her rebellion. And it reminds me of me. I'm wondering, is she a Taurus or a Cancerian? Because we're pretty strong like that.
well,
Maybe
Anna,
she
I'm
can.
a Taurus.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah.
We rock.
But can I just can you since we're talking about this really important subject, you're a brother from a different mother, and myself, you, and Jojo, as well as Anne Marie, we come from a
yeah.
Catholic background, um,
Hmm.
and we also like. I mean, you went through. You know, we've all had our stories, but you went through shock therapy. I'm going to take you back. There's an amazing
Yeah.
music video that you've got called "Hiding," a
I'm glad you
multi-award
brought this
winning
up so we
video.
get to talk about this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to talk about that. Can I take you back to that? To shock therapy.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of where it happened. So
Sorry.
basically, I mean, that's kind of like it's a part of my coming out thing.
Yeah.
I guess I told my mum, and then they reacted. She told my dad, and then they reacted by being really introverted for like 3 days, crying. And then mum said
Mm.
she wants me to see a priest. So I went and saw a priest.
Mm.
And yeah, so I come from a Catholic background as well, which, I'm so proud of. Like, I love Jesus so
Mm,
much. And
mm,
I'm going to say this, that if it wasn't for Jesus, I wouldn't be so like accepting of myself, if that
mm,
makes sense.
mm,
Mm.
I'm
Beautiful.
really proud of that. I have to say that because I know with other religions they're just like full not
mm,
accepting. Like,
Yeah.
this is what
mm,
it says. We kill you, or you have to not be that, or whatever.
Mm.
mm,
So to a degree, I'm lucky. But anyway, I went through this. I went through a lot of suffering, like everyone else does, and a lot of my writing stems from that. But let me just think. So went saw a priest, and
mm,
uh, he told me about the catechism, and in the catechism, because I literally thought I was going to go to hell. I'm like, okay, you're going to go to hell. That's what the
No.
Bible says. But then that priest, the first priest, gave me a bit of hope. I can't. I give him credit because the first priest, Father Jeffrey, who actually I met up with in Brooklyn last year when I was filming Crazy
Mm.
for You. Um, we met up, and yeah, we still see our differences. We still have our differences,
Yeah.
but he's still such a lovely person.
mm,
It was the second priest who I saw because what happened was I kind of, my parents thought I was going through the phase. So, just like you. So, I basically thought, fuck, I'm hurting my parents so much. I've let them know.
Mm.
I'll let it go for now, and I'll pretend it's not there, and I'll just do my thing. So I let it go, and then Mother Mary appeared to me. It's such a long story, guys, but like
Oh,
Wow.
Mother Mary
wow.
appeared to
Wow.
me, and that changed my life, and so that opened up my spiritual beliefs. So I
Oh.
started going to church more, which was a big mistake, by the way, because it was the people at church that ruined my
Yeah.
connection with God because they were so judgmental and had so
Yeah.
much fear. And basically were telling me, oh my God, you can't be gay. You need to go and see a priest. Please, I want to save your soul. And so even though I was confident with who I was, these people at church, St. Joseph's in Croydon, would not understand that it's okay that I'm gay and still going to church and still go to Stonewall and party. I'm not sleeping around. I'm not doing drugs. I'm just out there to release stress and just to dance because I love music. And then I got very depressed. Okay. So I fell into a bit of a depression, and then my parents said, go and see Father Monsignor Shora. Went and saw him, and I'm not going to hide the names of these people because it is what it is, you know. He put me onto a company that helps gay people, like kind of like on the down low, called starts with C. Oh shit.
On the down low.
Yeah, because he didn't elaborate on exactly what they did until I got there. Whether he knew that they did conversion therapy, Courage, called Courage.
Okay.
So I received like a package, and they give you a cassette or a CD or something like that that comes with it, with like paperwork, and you listen to it so that it helps. It's so hard to remember this because, like, I'll be honest, like I blocked it out, and I've analyzed
I can imagine.
like a psychologist after to help me. I met up with them for the one session, and they did like a session with me where they put pictures on the screen, and then they send like shock waves when it was like a nude male, and then they had other images of like flowers, something like that. Anyway, it didn't help, and I remember there was this one time after that I went to it was a function, a family function, and back then I didn't give a shit. Because I wanted to express myself, so I was still battling within myself to accept myself because I still couldn't say I am gay, but I would still fight with people and say, yeah, cunt. Oh, sorry, am I allowed to swear?
No, it's okay because we're running out of time. We're running out of time.
I am gay. So, blah, 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 blah. But there was like a battle within myself. So I went out and I was dressed in my green pants and whatever because I would express myself that way. And like people were laughing at me, like guys were laughing at me. And something about that just hit me. And I was very depressed. I came home, and what happens to me when I get depressed is I just want to sleep. And I just couldn't get out of bed actually for 3 days. And my mum would be like, what's wrong with you? Like, get up, what's happened? And then I told her, and then I started crying, and she's like, and then I told her about the conversion therapy people. And she grabbed the paper and the forms, and she ripped it up. She's like, I don't give a shit what these people say. You're my son. Inti abni, jay min albi, from my heart, from my soul. They can fuck off. I don't want my son going like, you know, from these people.
Yeah.
Well, and Ray, can I just say, so that's so inspiring, and I love it because we have to wrap this up very shortly too. Because
sorry.
you know, no, it's amazing. I love that story, and thank you so much for sharing it. Just to give our viewers some information, you've won 6 short film awards for that song "Hiding," which tells that story. So check it out, guys. "Hiding."
We'll share it on and we're going to reshare it on our Michael and Jojo page as well.
And congratulations on "Heaven Help My Heart," a new remix, which Tina Arena has shared. Congratulations.
Yeah, she's been loving that, sharing it. Well done.
She posted it. She's commented. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm making a new remix of "Now I Can Dance" as a surprise for her. And the fans, we're gonna like do a cute little video for her coming soon.
Oh, fantastic! And just quickly, what do you have for aspiring DJs, producers, singers, songwriters out there?
What advice would you give them?
Isaac?
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Follow your heart.
You're amazing, Ray Isaac.
Have an opinion.
I love you, Habibi. I want to get you on and have a full hour with you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you
we'll,
so
we'll talk.
know,
We'll
it's
talk
much.
so
more.
short. Was I talking for
I
that
know,
long?
I know, I know. We'll get you back on the show, Ray Isaac, because there's so much stuff that we got to dig
Love
deep
you
in.
guys. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
having
much.
me.
Shine on. You do us
I love
Love
you,
proud.
you.
Joe. I loved you on the TV show, and good on you for sticking up for yourself. I love it, and you too,
Oh,
Michael.
Habibi, we got to, we
No,
got to
thank
do
you.
that.
You
We got to
too.
continue to fight and be the role models that we can, so we can pave the way for our younger
That's it.
community and for for
And
our
thank you for
community
leading
that's
the way too,
struggling.
Ray Isaac.
Thank
Thank
you.
Love you.
Bye.
Love you. See ya.
Bye-bye.
I'm
Well,
sorry. I felt bad because I just got that message from our producer. We had to wrap it up. So what an awesome show
oh,
though. Absolutely
time
amazing.
goes way too fast, I know. And look, we've got
I
lots to
know.
share. We're going to share a lot of stuff on our Michael and Jojo page. Thank
Yep.
you so much, guys, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. If you've got any feedback, if you've got any guests that you'd like us to bring on, let us know. But till next week, guys, have an awesome week and take care.
And thank you so much,
Love you,
Anne-Marie,
Michael.
Ray Isaac, for joining us. And thank you, Jojo and Bruce Smart. Fantastic. Thank you for watching, you guys. If it wasn't from you guys, we don't exist.
Absolutely.
Until next week.
Mwah. See ya.
Bye.
It's all about